Over the last couple years, the legislature has enabled collectors to accept electronic payments for their taxes. By electronic payments, we mean credit cards, debit cards, and ACH payments. In order to accept those in the Avitar collect system, you need to enable that. Not everyone will accept credit cards, so we did not make it mandatory that everyone saw the electronic payments. In order to enable it in the system, you need to go to Utilities, Town Information, Rates, Fees, Deposits, and under the Deposits, Deposit Slips, and Tender Type section, there's a checkbox that says Use Electronic Tender Types. When you click in that box, another box displays, which is Include EFT Payments in Deposit Total. I'm not going to check that right now because I want to show you just the use of the electronic tender types and how it will display. We'll come back and we will include the EFT payment in the deposits total later when I want to show you how those deposits can change depending on whether you check this box or not. So we're going to apply our changes and we're going to go make a payment. When I click Pay Now, I have the choice of three radio buttons: electronic, cash, and check. In this case, we want to select electronic, and that brings up a new drop-down box. You can select ACH check, American Express, MasterCard, or Visa. If you want to add additional ones to this later on, you'll need to call Avitar and then we can add them to the drop-down box. But currently these are the major ones that people use. The reason we have you select which one is so that when you do your deposit, it's going to actually give you a total, a summary at the end by credit card, which will make it easier for your treasurer to match what's deposited in your bank. In this case, we're going to go by MasterCard, and we're going to say they paid the whole amount. So we'll click Pay. When I go over to the deposit section, and I hit Deposit, we now have one electronic tender type for this amount. Because I did not check that box to include this in the deposit, our deposit total is only for the checks and cash. When I click Deposit, you will see this transaction is there for the 2009 lien of $374.04 with interest of $37. This is on page 1 with a total of $374.41. Down below is the description of the summary of below is a summary of electronic payments. By selecting MasterCard, if I had done 4 MasterCard transactions, they would display here with the total. If I had done a Visa, it would be listed underneath with its total. This section here is going to be used by your treasurer in order to balance to their bank statements. On page 2, you will see the details of every transaction, whether it was done by electronic payment, check, or cash. But the deposit total is only showing 0 because we chose the selection not to include it in our deposit total. We have the electronic amount here, but not here. You'll choose this option if you want only your deposit to reflect what you actually took in today, which is by cash and checks. If you choose the other option is to include the electronic amounts in with the deposit. And I'll show you that selection right now. You go to Utilities, Town Information, Rates, Fees, Deposits, and this time we're going to include the EFT payments in deposit total. Apply changes, close. Now we'll make a payment. We'll select electronic And this time we'll do American Express, and we'll hit pay. I also want to show you what it will do when we make a cash or a check payment. So we'll select another person, pay, select check, and now we'll go to our deposit. This time, because I chose to include the electronic funds in with my deposit for the day, I have my electronic payment, I have my check, and the total includes both. When I click deposit, this report still looks the same. It's the total of all the payments with the breakdown of your EFT payments showing the total. If I go to the next page, you'll see the electronic payments. You'll see the total for the checks. We took in nothing for cash. But in this instance, it's showing the total for the deposit, including the electronic funds. You'll want to select this if you want to show your treasurer and your deposit everything you took in, whether it came into your window or came in through an electronic funds payment. If you still have questions, feel free to call Avitar and we'll walk you through the process.